Hi everyone. In today's video, we are diving into the essential elements required to attain a successful career in Canada. And to succeed in the Canada workplace, you need to know and manage your personal qualities. And let's look at some of the skills down. I'll be talking about emotional intelligence, and emotional intelligence refers to the ability to recognize, understand, manage our own emotions, as well as the ability to recognize, understand, and influence the emotions of others. And besides that, I'm telling you about the empathy. Empathy is basically showing empathy towards the colleagues and the clients to foster the positive relationship among the teamworks over the workplace.
So the next trait is trust, which is essential to create a strong relationship with others, and it takes a lot of time to build our trust. So after trust, there's a leadership trait, which is essential to create good working environment, and it is also required to motivate our teammates.
Furthermore, personality traits. First of all, I want to say about the self-awareness. We can better understand. It's become more meaningful that we can communicate to the people for the maximum time. And secondly, I want to talk about the communication. That can share thoughts in an easy way. That people can communicate easy way.
So the next traits are adaptability and collaboration. Adaptability means adjusting yourself according to the situation by planning, by focusing and overcoming the setbacks. And second one is collaboration, in which we are able to collaborate with the other groups, other team members from different diverse backgrounds by communicating and by sharing our thoughts.
So these are the personality traits and the relation skills we have to manage to achieve professional success in Canada.
Also, there are some consequences of having too much or too little of this personality and relational skills.
Having too much or too little about the self-awareness and communication may impact significantly how we interact each other. The firstly, want to say about the self-awareness. If having a too much, too high self-awareness, that may can make us self-stressful to that person. And the secondly, have a too that inability to understand. And lastly, I want to say about the communication. If we have a high communication, that the person can feel stressed, and if a low communication, that create a confusion.
Having too much adaptability would help us to adjust ourselves in different types of situations in companies, even in overseas. When it comes to having limited adaptability, we would not be able to adjust ourselves. We would face difficulties in communicating, and even we will miss different types of chances in our life. When it comes to collaboration is very important in our life. When we collaborate with each other, we can share our perspectives. And the downside of having less collaboration, we would miss the perspective of others from our group.
Having too much trust can lead to vulnerability, and others can easily take advantage of us. But if we don't have trust on others, we cannot create a strong relationship with others, and we can miss the opportunities of collaboration. And having too much or too little leadership skill can affect the team performance. If we have too much leadership skill, we can neglect others' opinions. But if we have less leadership skill, we cannot maintain the team performance, and which can mislead the team.
Differences between the personality traits as compared to India and Canada. In the Canada specifically, we are talking about the self-awareness. They are talking about the strength and the weaknesses. For the communication, the Canadians are too open. But as far as India, the self-awareness is we can say the spiritual and emotional aspects. We can say the communication. They have a cultural indirect styles.
In India, trust is based on personal relationships and connection, but in Canada, trust is based on professionalism and reliability. So, about leadership, in India, leadership skills are often influenced by a hierarchical structure, but in Canada, it emphasizes on inclusivity and empowerment.
So when it comes to difference between collaboration and adaptability in India and Canada is more open to communication, whereas in India communication is more hierarchical. And when it comes to adaptability, India more focuses on the traditional values and they are stuck with that values, whereas Canada embraces changes, and also Canada prefers new adaptability, and also it is a diverse nation.
Here's some recommendations for the personality skills. We have to practice more for the self-reflection, or we can say the seek for the feedback, or to while we are talking to someone, they will give us a feedback, and we have to develop our listening skills too, and we have to go for the to communicate their style, adapt their style.
I think to avoid having too much trust on others, we should double check the information and facts before fully trusting them. And to avoid having too little trust, we should open honest communication with others so it can enhance our trust. And about leadership, if we are having too much leadership skill, we should give a chance to others to give their opinions. And if we have less leadership skill, we have to give our contribution in a leadership role.
So if a person is having facing difficulties in having too little adaptability or too much collaboration, he can go for self-reflection. Also, he can take feedbacks from his peers. Also, other than that, he can go for cultural sensitivity training, and also he can opt for mentorship, which will ultimately help him with the self-reflection to improve himself.
In the conclusion, the understanding and the managing your personal traits is essential for the success in the Canadian workplace. And by cultivating the soft skills and imbibing them would help you build a better relationship and thrive your career in future.